Give us a shout out. Say Team FeaR 2011.
Say what?
Team FeaR 2011.
Team FeaR 2011, y'all.
Yeah. Team FeaR, baby.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Moho, back with another little podcast for you guys. This time we're going to bring somebody else along. I got my man, one of my personal favorites, Goldenboy. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, Moho. Doing real good now that I'm a part of FeaR.
All righty, man. I'm happy to hear that. Well, listen, man, some people may know you, some people may not. I know you did a real good job on the MLG broadcast screen with Holiday Doc. Give these people a little something about you, man. Tell them a little something.
Well, when I did the commentating, I did it with Sean. Holiday was advising us on the side, so it was a big credit to him. Thank you so much for that, Holiday, if you're listening. And, you know, I've been competing for like 7 years now, and, you know, I've been all over the place. A lot of top players know who I am, but I just never had the opportunity to actually get out there and play. And, you know, this time around, you know, I decided to really take Black Ops serious. I started with Shadow. Actually, I started with COD too, but I made my break in Shadowrun. And from there, you know, just kind of slowly progressed. Media started picking up, and, you know, here I am. So happy to be here.
Great. We all know you as Goldenboy, but I'm going to tell you right now, I personally think you have the golden voice for a commentator, man. And I think that's why a lot of people tell you that you should start commentating. And, you know, that's great. That's something to have. I'm glad to have you on board. I personally met you in real life over there at Columbus, and, you know, you opened my eyes a lot. And like I said, and I'll say it again, you're a big inspiration to me. I think you're one of the better leaders in this community, and that's hard to find. So, yeah, man, props to you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, dude.
One of the things I wanted to bring you in here for is you were a main reason why FeaR had such a success in Columbus. And, you know, pulling us aside, talking to us, talking to John and whatnot, just that motivation and that hype you brought to us. And, you know, you even had your own team to do that stuff. So I'm, you know, forever grateful for that. But I wanted to bring you in here, and I wanted to talk to them about a little bit why Columbus was such a success for us. And do you want to give some pointers on why you think it was a success for FeaR?
Well, you know, I think that on what day was it? I believe it was Friday or Saturday. I think it was Friday. And Friday, you know, when you guys just started playing, you were 3-0ing the teams in your pool pretty handily, and you know, it was just everything was clicking. And I specifically remember you telling me before we went to Columbus, oh man, when this team clicks, I mean, we are unstoppable. And that really did apply at this event. Like when everyone was on the same page, it was like the greatest coordinated attack. Like I can't even explain it. It was just great. It was like all your attacks were great. You guys were moving in at the same time. You guys were, you know, getting the cutoffs. You were, you know, watching the spawns. I mean, I could not speak better of how well you guys were playing. And then at the end of your Next Threat game, where you dominated them completely, though, Next Threat had a rough tournament, but you guys definitely worked them on that game. I believe you guys won Dom like 256 to like 80 or something like that.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It was that bad. And, you know, I mean, as no discredit to Next Threat, because they're good guys and they're good, you know, they're a good team, but they just weren't clicking that day. You guys were. And then I pulled John to the side and I'm like, John, you know, I know you and Moho have had your problems in the past. And I start talking to John. I'm like, what's going on? You know, what are you feeling right now? And he, you know, basically told me, he's like, I want to be respected as the player that I know that I am. And when I brought everyone together and put that out there, and John was put out there, and everyone saw that, you know, behind this kid that, you know, was acting up because that's all he knew how to do, was actually a really smart and funny guy and a mature player too, to boot. You know, everything just started clicking. You guys steamrolled through Saturday, had a hiccup on Sunday, but I mean, you can't be disappointed with a third place finish, especially after finishing like in the top 10 or top 16 the last time. So going from top 16 to top 4 is just huge.
Yeah, you know, going back on what you said about us when I said, you know, us playing together, if we played at the top-notch level, as I said we can play, we're unbeatable. You know, I did not know that we were going to play like that when we went to this event, because we literally had no practice going into that event. It was played based off raw skill and just chemistry. You know, when you form chemistry right there on the spot, you know you have something special. And that's when I knew right away, once I seen us doing that to all the teams in our pools, top teams in our pools, by the way. I just knew right away, you know what, I need to put all my differences aside with John. This is great. I was tweeting about it like this is the team that I know we are capable of. This is what I know we can play as. We are so unbeatable like this, and it's just if we continue to play like this without any practice, imagine if we had practice and just build chemistry, even more. So, that's good. That's a huge reason why we were such a success. We clicked. We all, became friends right away. Obviously, you being a part of FeaR community, you know how much fun we love to have. And as long as you're having fun, you're just going to have fun on main stage. You're not going to have any pressure. I feel like fun is like the substitute for stress. As if you're having fun, you're going to play good. If you're not having fun, you're going to be stressed out. And, we all love each other. We're all good friends. And I think that's another reason why we had such a success at this event as well. Another reason why we were successful at this event is because how we handled ourselves, and that's why I wanted to bring you in here, because you're like I said, the golden voice. You know exactly what you're talking about. I think we handled ourselves pretty well outside with people that we disliked, and just tried to make friends with everybody, and I think we did real well. Some of the people that I've met were pretty legit. After they saw that we are back in action, and this is the FeaR that everybody knows, they came up to us and were like, "Hey, FeaR, how you doing?" You were with me when we talked to a bunch of sponsors. I know Jaylee was as well. But how do you feel right now about the people that you've met and the friends we made after this event? Do you feel like that's another reason why we're so successful after Columbus?
Well, I definitely think right now the eyes are on FeaR. No one expected us to come to that event and basically perform the way they did. I don't even think anyone expected a representative of FeaR to even be commentating, at the actual event and on the giant main stage screen. So, I mean, it's like if FeaR was definitely everywhere that weekend. I mean, sure, you may have had Optic everywhere and you may have had Quantic everywhere, but the other team that was all over the place was in fact FeaR, and people knew who we were. We rolled as a group, we rolled together, and it was great that as we were walking down the main stage, down the aisle to go to check out the other games, it was fantastic having all the younger players and newer players coming up and talking to not only you but myself as well about things that like basically looking for guidance and advice. I know that I was walking around with Crazer, who is the greatest FeaR fan in the freaking world.
Yeah, he
And
is. I want to give a shout out to him too, because he pulled me aside and was like, "Man, I love y'all. I want to
yeah,
shout y'all out, and I want to just support you guys." And we had a couple other people out there doing the same thing, so I want to shout out to those guys. They are truly FeaR fans, and that is exactly what we need. People like that to make our game and take our game to the next level when it comes to the fan base wise and the cheering wise and stuff, because that's what MLG loves, and I'm glad you brought that up.
yeah, and I mean, we're not. We have to dispel the image that FeaR's like a bunch of immature pricks, because that's definitely not what we are.
Yeah.
I mean, if you caught a glimpse of me, Moho, talking with people at the event, I mean, for them to know that I'm in FeaR now, and this is the message that we're putting out there of, community building and basically getting the Call of Duty community behind everything, getting the Call of Duty communities to see how amazing, coming to live events are, and just reaching out further. In my interview with Sean on the main stage, I had actually shouted out all the leaders in the community. I was like, we have to get together and we have to really, if we want to keep COD on the circuit, we have to work together. We have to stop this crap where we're arguing with each other. And I think Columbus gave us a good opportunity to finally mesh. Epic FeaR Rush in the LVG room was awesome as hell. Like people that, may not have liked us before definitely like, and if they don't like, they have to respect us at this point, because we definitely put ourselves out there as professionals, and that is what's important in this community. We have to be professional at all times, because you never know who's watching.
Yeah, exactly, and that's was my point about another reason why we were successful at this event, because me personally, I'm very disliked within some of the community. And I don't know why. I never knew why, but it's just a fact, and it's, I guess, as you grow as a leader and you get enough success behind you, people will start to hate you. But and you get mixed feelings and mixed emotions and people talking behind your back and whatnot. And it's just normally people who don't know you or have never met you. And the reason why I feel like Columbus was a big success, socializing wise, is because the people who have personally had some type of grudge against me talked to me and they said, you know what, man, you're probably the most humblest pro on the circuit. I can't believe it. And Robski was one of them. Robski told me straight up. He was like, "Man, I can't believe this is you. I heard so many bad things about you, and I actually meet you, and it's just like, wow, this isn't even the person that I knew." And he apologized right there, and I was like, you know what, Robski, I love you, man. FeaR for life, baby. That was it. He was doing his thing. He was representing us out there. He was with us the whole event. We had such a good time out there. It was such a success for meeting new people and making new friends, and just making amends with people who didn't like us. So. That was definitely something. Going back, speaking on the your appearance on main stage, I like to call it the golden appearance because, I went back and watched the rebroadcast, and you truly did phenomenal. I am not going to lie.
Commentating wise, or
commentating, just just going on there, your appearance and just how you brought you brought yourself together with whoever you were up there with. Was it Sean? It was Sean, right?
Yeah, it was Sean.
Yeah, you were up there with Sean, man. You just presented yourself in such a professional way. You did such a good job, man. And I just wanted to talk about it because I like to call it the golden appearance. And it was just like, it was ridiculous, man. It was like, it went up there. You did such a good job. You want to talk about that? Were you nervous?
Nervous? No, I don't even know why, to be completely honest. I don't even know how come I'm never nervous when I do these things. I've done numerous interviews with people in the past where I'm interviewing people. I've commentated 2 events now. One was not streamed, the other was streamed. And the biggest one by far was obvious. Well, I've commentated 3 now. The biggest, obviously, was this weekend where I commentated the Sunday losers bracket matches. And I commentated 2 games there, and it was great. I commentated with Sean. And, what happened was that I was just done with my game. I had just finished beating AOX, and, big ups to Prof. He definitely took that loss well. And I wanted to say that, like, Nexty came up to me after that game, and then he was like, "Hey, man, or actually we were setting up. Next he came up, "Hey, come up to the stage. I want to, meet with you." And then I went up to him like, "Yeah, what's going on?" He says, "I want you to be interviewed. We have 20 minutes to fill. I want to interview you on the main stage." And to be honest with you, out of everyone, the people that I've always sought out and saw something in me, and I just don't know why, was Nexy, Captain Barbosa, Seltzer, Torch. Like, these people have seen something in me that I don't even know that I have, and they brought it out with their cameras and their support and just their overall good spirits. So he brings me up and I get the first interview, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first started, I was pretty nervous sitting on the on the actual podium where they commentate, and then I saw this from Dallas, so I was really shocked.
You got the lights all in your face because I was up there as well. You got the little monitor and stuff, and you're just like, "Man, I hope I don't mess up." But once you get in there, I think what it is about you is once you get up there, I think what people notice about you, commentating wise and media wise, is that once you get up there, it's just like you get a feel for it, and you're not nervous anymore. You could just tell that the butterflies and the nerves go away, and you're just like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna commentate this to the best of my abilities, and that's it. And I think a lot of people have a hard time doing that, and you just do it so fluently.
Well, you have to think about it like this. You have your moments of shine, right?
Yeah.
So you're there and you're like, okay, there's 2 ways I could go about doing this. I could fail miserably, or I could, make this the best possible experience. And that's what I decided to do. I decided to make every single time I go in front of a camera, every single time I commentate and do something, I make sure that it is the best that I possibly can do. And that's what I expect out of myself and anyone that I'm teaming with and anyone that I'm involved with. I expect the best because I don't expect anything less from myself. So, going into commentating, I kind of just got into it because, to be completely honest with you, I don't even know how I got into commentating. I think WCG wanted me to host an event because they didn't have anyone else, and Barbosa was really pushing me, and then I did it, and it went really well. That was actually the one where FeaR Assassin won he won with Revan, Twiz, and Fatalize.
Yeah.
And they just dominated through that tournament, and it was great. I mean, I can't really speak better of, my experiences the last like 2 years because they've been life changing. I've met so many amazing people and done so many amazing things. It's shocking.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly why he is on FeaR, because of that attitude. This is why he's an inspiration to me. You guys definitely need to, if you want to become successful and you want people like myself and my team to notice you, that is the attitude you need. You got to definitely put yourself on a pedestal and just, keep climbing limits that you don't think you can reach. And I seen you on Twitter. You posted something about this loser bracket thing. I guess it's like a little podcast type thing for VVV. Do you want to go ahead and discuss that real quick?
Oh yeah, well, right after Columbus, I met with Paradise, Die Hard, and Lord Jareth had actually left. But in my efforts to try and unite the community, I wanted to talk to them about more support and basically trying to get our COD community together. I talked to everyone, literally, anyone that was an organization or a leader of a team. I had a few words with them, and Paradise and Jerry and Die Hard, they're such amazing people, and they had Paradise made the offer for me to come on the show, so we recorded on Monday. And the show came up today, and I guess I'll make sure that you find a way that you can put it up on the. Or I guess we'll see if we can put up a link. I don't know. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah,
with that.
all of these links, our Twitter links and YouTube links, everything's going to be in the description box, just so you guys know.
I'm very new to the YouTube stuff, so
yeah,
so I don't know how it all works. But yes, so it was great. We talked about competitive COD. We talked about settings changes. We talked about consistency with teams. We talked about so many different things, and I couldn't thank them so much more. So it's, at Losers Bracket is their Twitter. Give them a follow because they're so awesome. And, I really thank them for having me on the show.
Yeah, all this stuff will be in the description box, guys. So just be sure to check all that out. The one last thing while we still have time, I know everybody's tweeting about it. It's trending everywhere. I'm getting hit up about it. Goldenboy's getting flooded with it.
Yes,
FeaR 2, baby. FeaR 2. Let's talk about the FeaR 2 name. We replaced the R and put the 2 in there. And it looks just like FeaR. And I'm not going to lie to you, man. It's the simplest thing, but I couldn't even think about it. And I don't know how you did it. Let's talk about the name for a second. Where in the world did you get that from? Because that looks amazing.
I got it from your shirt. When I saw your shirt,
okay.
when I saw your shirt, right, it was like, oh, that looks dope, and I was like, wouldn't it be cool if there was a 2 there?
Yeah,
my head.
I remember. You know what? I thought you had this planned out before. I did not know you got it right there on the spot. But I remember you telling me, you were like, okay, I got an idea. What if there was a 2 instead of an R? And I can't really see it if I look down, but I'm just like, oh wow. I held my shirt out. I was like, that would look so sick.
That's literally how I got the idea. I mean, I was thinking of names to call. I mean, I was running through so many different names, because I didn't want to be. Obviously, I can't take Team FeaR. I can't take FeaR because that's a pro team name. That's your name. So why would I do that? And then I'm like, yeah, man, I got to think of something, like there's Optic Gaming and Optic Nation. And I'm like, that's stupid. And I was thinking FeaR for Life. I'm like, who wants to be named FeaR for Life? And then I was thinking FeaR Pro, but I'm like, wait a minute, we're going through amateur brackets. So what does that mean?
Exactly.
So then I thought FeaR 2. I thought, why not? And, people are going to think that we're a B squad, but when you see us ripping through the open bracket in Anaheim, right into the top 16, you'll know that we're not no B team.
Yeah.
So, you know that.
Anybody who wants to try out for this team,
no more.
No, I know there's no more, but anybody.
I've gotten over 60 replies from so many people. Over 60 replies on Twitter alone. Okay, I had people do a hashtag FeaR2, hashtag FEA2, and then if you run through there, I have a list on my WordPad, and I have over 50 names on there. And then that's not even counting the people that are posting on the FeaR for Life forums.
And you gotta filter, Golden. That's why I'm here to help. You gotta filter through these players, man. Just let them go. And, just filter the right ones. But anybody that's seriously wanting to try out for this team, we're taking this 100% serious. You must be able to travel. You must have a PS3. We're looking for your dedication. The attitude is the main thing. You can't be cocky. You could be anybody. You could be John 287. No, I'm joking. Let me stop. No, but you could be just some random ass dude. And as long as you're good, you're dedicated, and you have a really great attitude, and you fit well with this team, you can make it. All you got to do is go to www.fear4life.com, 4 as in the number 4, and just post into the general section under the recruiting section for FeaR 2. And we'll definitely check you out as long as Golden Boy has some time to do it. And I'm going to be putting all these links into the description box. Don't forget about that. And just go over there to that website, register, and just stay active into the FeaR community. And we'll not only can you just go over there and talk about the FeaR 2, but you can go in there and ask questions and whatnot, interact with myself. I'm very active on there. I know a lot of the other FeaR members are active on there as well. So just any questions you have in general, just go over there and check it out. And we're going to be also getting like a little chat bar on the bottom. It's pretty freaking sick. It's like the Facebook one. And anybody who's registered you can talk to on there. And it's great times, man. You're just going to have a lot of fun over there. So.
Yep, that's right. That's right. Definitely always look for new things from FeaR as we always try and roll out many different things. There's the Moho Project as well, which maybe you should talk a little bit about Moho since we have a little bit more time left.
Yeah, I got this thing called the Moho Project, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking a PS3 team. The reason I'm choosing PS3 is because it's on the circuit, and I don't want to waste my time showing people stuff if it's going to go just strictly to nothing else but online. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a PS3 team, random players. I'm going to have 4 teams, okay? I'm going to hold 4 tryouts. 1 tryout, I'm going to have 8 people. I'm going to take those 8 people. I'm going to split them up into teams, random teams, and I'm going to take the people that I think out of those 8 people who are willing to play and deserving to play, I'm going to create a team out of that tryout. Okay, and I'm going to do this 4 times. So I'm going to have 4 people. I'm going to have 4 teams. Now, what I'm going to do with the 4 teams at the end, once I get all my players together, I have 2 options. I can make those teams fight in a bracket and go to a finals, and whoever wins, that can be my team that I choose for the Moho Project. Or I can make those teams and make them play each other in a bracket and take the 2 teams, which probably be a little bit more fair if you think about it. I would take the 2 teams, and whoever's in the finals, the finals first and second place, I will take the 2 best players from each team, and then I will make them and I will form them into a team. And what I plan to do with this team is I don't want them to represent FeaR. I don't want them to do anything. I just want to coach them, and I want to see how far I can get this team into the MLG scene, because right now I feel like we need more people in this community that are respected. They know how to act. They know how to be professional, and I feel like we need that. And I feel like I'm doing a good thing by doing it. And what I want to do is I want to make like a little a YouTube, I guess like a show, a series, kind of like a reality show where people get eliminated and whatnot, but not as serious. And I want to get them advertised on YouTube as well, and I want to bring their name out there, and I want to do anything I can to help these players, because I feel like I'm at the point where I made it to where I need to be, and I'm comfortable with my success, and I'm comfortable with my name. Why not give back? Why not help these players out? Why not give back and teach them what I've developed over the years? So that is the plan for the Moho Project. If you have any other questions about it, fearforlife.com, head over there, ask the questions. I'll answer anything. I get a lot of questions like, how are you picking players? When are you doing tryouts and whatnot? I'm gonna be doing tryouts every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, starting from 3 all the way up to 6 p.m. If you guys want to go get on that, make sure you follow me on Twitter. And I pretty much post on Twitter saying, hey guys, I'm going to be getting the first group in. If you want to join up, first come, first serve. And that's what happens. And it'll be a constant routine every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Or Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm sorry. And so that's how you guys get involved in that. I also want to speak about something else I want to do for the Xbox players, because I do know it's not fair to y'all. Since I was an Xbox player, I came from Xbox, I started on Xbox, and I know you guys want to get your name out there as well. I want to do something very creative. I want to do, because I know Xbox players and PS3 players don't really mesh too well, I want to do like a contest. And Goldenboy, tell me if you think this is a good idea. But I want to do a weekly top 5 countdown. I want to commentate it. I want to take the best Xbox clips and match it with the best PS3 clips.
And whoever wins.
And whoever wins will probably get like a little prize for them at the end or something, and just send that out to them. You think that's a good idea? You think they deserve that?
I think it's a great idea. I mean, just have like a little friendly competition between some
Yeah.
Xbox players and PS3 players.
And
It's good.
not only will it be like a friendly competition, but I mean, just something so simple like that could probably bring these players together and just bring our community together, and just show like, hey, even though we're on different consoles, this is what we have to offer. You better watch out because if I end up do getting the PS3, might as well come in there and take that cash from you in that little tournament, just get something going. So I don't know. I think it's a good idea. I think they definitely deserve it, and I'm all about helping the community, guys. I'm all about helping the people that I feel deserve it, the people that aren't immature and whatnot. So we definitely got to get our act together. So, yeah, I mean, this has been a
That's
good
right.
conversation with you, Golden Boy, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Moho, as always.
Yeah, so this is going to go up on the main channel as well. So if you have any shout outs, you have any shout outs, Golden Boy?
First and foremost, I like to give a shout out to Max and Irma's for
Oh,
being the
man.
greatest restaurant in the history of
I mean, that is
restaurants.
the best goddamn place I ever ate at. Like, I do.
Because these cookies are the best goddamn cookies you ever have.
Yeah, if you
uh,
live in Columbus, Ohio, guys, and you don't go to Max and Ernest almost every day, something's up because that place is phenomenal. And
it's the greatest restaurant I've ever been to in my
I
life.
mean, I woke up
Hands
this
down.
morning and I said, well, I forgot where I was. I was like, oh, time to
Let
go
me
to
go to
Max and
Max and
Ernest.
Irma's.
And I realized I was like, oh man,
Oh man.
uh,
Greatest restaurant ever. But in all seriousness, though, I like to give shout outs to, of course, my three best friends, Captain Barbosa, who's always had my back, Robski, and Fear Ghost X, because they're all balling ass dudes. And I'd like to give a shout out to the rest of the FeaR family. You guys know who you are. Moho will probably give you guys a shout out. And also to VVV for having me on the losers bracket. It's greatly appreciated.
yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yep, and make sure you guys. I'm gonna have all these Twitter links in the bottom, so you guys follow them. I want to give a shout out to the rest of the FeaR, Assassin, John, Dito, J. Lou. All of you guys are all amazing. I'm glad you guys came out there and supported us and played with us. And I couldn't be happier with this team, guys. And this is FeaR for Life. This is Moho, Golden Boy. I'm
Yep.
out.
Peace.